Hello, I am Joseph, and I want to talk to you today about a old painting that I did in 1973. The name of it is Homecoming, and it is a 18 by 22 acrylic on canvas. I'm not quite sure exactly how to start saying this because it's been a long time since I painted this painting, over 40 years ago. And of course I've painted a lot of paintings before this, but I don't have them, all of them in my possession any longer. But I still have a few of my old paintings that were kind of more closer, meant more to me because of one thing or another. And this painting is one of those paintings, and it's not because of the content so much as the model, the figure, is a person that was a friend of mine way back then. And so it's kind of a memorabilia type of thing for me. And I've always been into sci-fi and fantasy type of make-believe type of things. I'm not that strong on realism, even though I've painted a lot of realism in my life. But it's not a thing that excites me. Realism is everyday stuff. And part of the learning process of painting and of creating your skill is by copying realism. And so it took years for me to develop my ability to create out of my head. So one time, I dealt with a lot of figurative stuff out of realism, and was dabbling with the fantasy of trying to create things out of my head. And of course, what this is basically about a kind of an insect society, and she's the queen. She looks human, but then if you want to talk about looking human, well, we got the reptilicans and all these other strange things nowadays. Back when I painted this, it was really far-fetched. But nowadays, I'm not really sure what's far-fetched and what's not. We haven't really talked about, well, I guess there is some kind of alien race that's supposed to be coming around. There's something like a praying mantis type of thing. So why not bees? So this is a bee society, and the bee society this is their bee city, and here's the top of one of their main buildings, which is like a beehive, and she's standing on this platform, and you know how they do on aircraft carriers, letting flight in, showing signals. Well, that's what this bee here is doing, is giving indication landing lights for this stream of bees that is flying in, and where they're flying in is from this a nearby planet. And of course, I didn't paint this as being Earth. This could be any place. But with the days way things are going, you could say maybe that's Nibiru. and one of the other planets coming in. I mean, maybe these are connected to the Anunnaki, the aliens. But anyway, this is an intelligent bee society, and this is the queen. How she gives birth to all these things, I guess she just lays eggs. I'm not sure, but I used a person. If I did it nowadays, it probably would be something totally different. But back then, my imagination was still in its fledgling state, and I hadn't really transformed into this individual I am today, which is very broad. And of course I liked, I picked my colors because I like the cool blue of the background, very dark, but showing city lights, almost like stars. Speaking of stars, I didn't put much way of stars in the sky. I wasn't that much into the stars then, and I don't know why, but I didn't. But I did put these two planets, and this is kind of, I'm not sure what this is. It was a thing of interest. It could be the sun coming up behind the planet. It could be an explosion. It could be a little bit of anything. But anyway, these bees are coming in from this planet. Maybe this planet has a lot of pollen or whatever, but they're coming in because these, well, I'm not even sure if these are honeybees or not. They're just bees. The bees are out of my imagination. I didn't use no realistic bees because I wanted them to be more alien, some kind of hybrid. And they're standing upright. If you notice, he's got multiple legs. They got multiple legs, but they're standing upright. So you could say that they have 4 hind legs and 2 front legs. That's in their arms. They have wings. I'm not sure. I didn't give her bee wings. She has more of a kind of a bat-like wing, but what difference does that make either? I mean, imagine her that being a bee. So if you're going to go far-fetched, well, far-fetched, it doesn't make any difference. It's just, this is kind of honeycomb, kind of a little holy structure, kind of Swiss cheesy, kind of a little holy structure. Like I said, if I was going to do this painting today, started this painting, it would be so different, it wouldn't even look like the same painting, because everything would be different, except maybe the bees would be standing up, but upright, but they would probably even be more alien than they already are. And especially her, she probably wouldn't look very human at all. But, standing upright though, because these are a intelligent race of whatever they are. So they don't crawl around on all fours, they walk upright.
Why did you choose bees?
Bees are kind of, I don't know if the word's right, homogenic, or they have, bees are nurturing. They have this little nurturing society. They go out and they gather and they breed. They share everything. More than ants, or if you started looking at the insect society, I thought bees had a little bit more of a structure to their. They didn't dig tunnels in the ground like an ant does. They actually build a structure. It might be out of spit and whatever they use, but they fabricate a structure. Human beings fabricate.
That sort of felt more like a city.
That's right. They fabricate. And they fabricate honeycombs out of wax, and they manufacture, they process, even if they're doing it with their own body chemistry, they process a raw material into a final product, which is the honey or royal jelly, and they put it into their manufactured wax cones. They manufacture their home and environment. They have air conditioning. Think of it. An insect society that has air conditioning. They have, even though it may be done by themselves, they still have a constant, even no matter what the temperature is outside the thing, they keep the inside the hive stays a constant temperature. So their bodies create heat, and then their wings and the way they fan it through their hive, they create a controlled environment. So bees are really very high on the insect structure as far as what they do. Ants are high, but ants don't have quite the... ants do create to have little insects that they raise and feed off and milk and things like that. But bees, they actually build structures. And they create... they don't just dig out holes in the ground. They actually build things. It's just kind of like wasps. You ever notice these nests that get up in the eaves of your house? Or mud daubers. There's another little insect that makes little mud daubing. They create little homes. So that's why I picked bees. And the accuracy, now I just noticed, and there's something I never noticed before, but my bees don't have no tentacles. I just realized that. I never thought about that until now.
I guess it makes them look a little more human, kind of.
Well, I got her with a little set, but of course she's sending out her signals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. Of course, they have these manacle things right under their eyes, which is very similar to what she has on her head. These manacle things in her eyes, so that could be. These are their mouths here. Little things that kind of pull things into their mouth.
So this is a very nurturing society.
Yes, it's a nurturing, building structured society of. Well, that's all for now. Enough about the birds. There's no birds here, but enough about the bees. And you guys, please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel by just pressing the little button on the bottom right underneath the video. And we would greatly appreciate that. And next time, maybe I will talk about the birds and the bees. Who knows? But anyway, right now it's probably going to be that disaster type of stuff. But that's all right, because that's all that's on the YouTube anyway, is the end of the world. So we're going to end this world right now by saying bye-bye, and I'll catch you later and the next time around. You have a good one. Bye-bye.